All right, we're back here on Around 10. Thanks so much to Dylan Godet for his weather report there. We've got a new group of guests, a new group of friends hanging out with us this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. We've got Natalie Lile here, and we've got David, who is a Swedish exchange student, and Stella, who's an Italian exchange student. Good morning. Welcome to Around 10.
Good morning.
You.
Thank you all for being here. Natalie, we'll start with you. Tell us, so we're here to talk about foreign exchange.
Correct.
Right. Very important program. Very cool.
I think so.
And so, but you're with EF,
Yes,
right?
EF High School Exchange Year. EF is a huge company.
Yeah.
You've probably heard of them. If you've gone on a spring break trip with your high school, it's probably an EF trip. But they do lots of different things. But I'm with the High School Exchange Year program.
Okay. Well, what do you do with EF?
I am an international exchange coordinator, and this is one of my side gigs.
Mm-hmm.
And what I do is I find host families, really, really good host families, to host these amazing kids who come over from, we have several countries in Europe and Asia who send their 14 through 17-year-olds over here to spend either a half a year or a full high school year to experience high school, American high school, yellow school buses, lockers, pep rallies.
Like the full American high school experience.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. And then, and just so folks know as well, when these kids come over, they actually get high school credit, right? For
actually,
a lot of them.
Some of them do, some of them don't.
Okay.
These guys, I don't think they will. So they choose. They have to make the choice to take a year off out of their home schools and come over here, spend the year, and then go back and graduate a year after, the kids who they've come up with. But I think a lot of their friends make the same choices. So I don't know what percentage it is, but I think it's a decent percentage, probably 10% maybe, who do exchanges. And so...
we've got a couple students here hanging out with us this morning. We can speak to them about their experiences as well. David, you guys are both students at Western Hills, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And David, you're from Sweden. How has your school year been so far? You've been here since August, maybe, or July. Okay, of last year. Okay.
It's been really good. I love it.
Yeah.
A lot of different activities, very different from Europe.
Yeah, oh, for sure. And what was that sort of? You spoke to it a little bit, Natalie, about a lot of these students make. It is a sacrifice. You're coming here to have this experience, but you're also away from your families and your regular day-to-day life and your friends as well. Has that been a little bit difficult for you coming over?
Sometimes it comes in like waves.
Sure.
But it's just you need to find people here that you can spend time with.
Yeah.
And sort of distract from your own home.
Yeah. And then you're really in, right? I mean, you're here by yourself. There's no friends or family from your home, and you're ingratiating into sort of American culture and high school and all the fun that comes with it.
David's in the marching band.
Oh, right. Yes. And you were also in a play. Did I see that too?
Yeah,
were you in Greece? Okay.
Yeah.
How was that?
I loved it.
Have you done anything like that before in Sweden? Never.
This was my first time.
Wow. Honestly, good for you. That could be really hard. There's a picture of you on stage in camera in costume. That could be a really hard thing to do anywhere, whether you're visiting a new country or spending time somewhere else, but especially in your instance. Stella, what about you? How has your experience been so far?
Was good. I arrived there that my English was so bad. So at the beginning was really difficult. And but now I'm really more involved in like the life here. Mm-hmm. I started to do a lot of activities after school. I started swimming when I arrived there. But
and Stella's only been here since January, so she's a half student.
Okay,
yes,
great.
Yes,
all right.
Yes. So now I'm in the track. I'm doing track, and I love it. And yes, here is really different from Italy. Mm-hmm. I think that my biggest cultural shock was the car. Every people here move on car.
Yeah.
And yes, but it was really different.
Yeah, here in Frankfurt, and I mean, most of this part of the country, everybody has to have a car, a vehicle of some sort. We do have, thankfully, we do in Frankfurt have some public transportation, but not quite as much as the bigger cities, I would imagine, here in the States. But yeah, I'm. It's so good to be able to talk to you guys, and I'll congratulate both of you. Your English is honestly amazing. You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you.
And Stella, you won an award. Is that right? Was it an FFA like speech contest?
Oh yes.
Yeah. We've got an image there with
Yeah.
with J.R. Zenner. Tell me a little bit about this.
Yes, I did a speech about my country, an aquaculture speech, and was about blue crab that are an invasive species in our sea. And yes, was a really challenge for me because it was a speech against person that was mother tongue native speech speaker, and so yes, it was a really challenge. But Zinner helped me so much, so was a really good day, a really funny experience.
And she's going to get a blue jacket. That's what
the
she wants
FFA
to
jacket.
get to go home. Yes. She's very excited about that.
And honestly, again, I congratulate David on getting on stage, and congratulate you for participating in that. And that can be kind of a tough thing to do, a speech contest like that. Natalie, tell us a little bit more about EF. I know you all are looking for families, always looking for families here in Frankfurt.
We are. It's it's one of those things where people are like, oh, I don't think I'd be the best family for a student. And my philosophy on hosting is it's not all about the family. It's about the all over experience. They're here to go to high school, to make friends, to join whatever club they're interested in. I mean, I love having band kids, and I try to get a kid to be in the band because my kids were in the band. But I've had basketball players. My kids weren't basketball players.
Yeah.
My kids didn't run track. So having kids who are involved in anything they want to be involved in, I think is a good thing. You don't have to be the family who is going to take these kids on these great vacations.
Oh, right.
Their families back home will take them on vacation. They're here to go to high school, to have fun. If you're lucky as a host family, they'll make friends who take them on, who are American friends who have cars and driver's licenses, who are respectable and who you can trust. I mean, you have to do your homework as a host mom, and then they can take them and do fun things with them. So, you can be like us. We're empty nesters. You can be a single person. You can be a family with young kids. You can be a family with high school kids.
Yeah.
You can be a same-sex couple. You can be anything and you have to be over 25.
Sure.
There's a couple of rules. Obviously, you have to pass a background check. These kids are great, so I'm going to make sure that the host family is great. That does not mean you have to have a mansion. I mean, I have a tiny, it's a small home. It's barely big enough. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. And we've got 4 people and 3 dogs in there, okay? So you do not have to have a huge house. You don't have to have a great car.
Yeah.
But you have to be a good family who's going to, all you have to do is provide 3 meals a day and transportation. They're going to buy their own prom tickets. They're going to buy their own prom dress and tuxedo.
Right, yeah.
They pay their own, food when they go out, and their movie tickets when they go out, and things like that.
Well, and we've spoken to David and Stella a little bit about their experience in the States, and I'll ask them. I'll have another question for them here in just a second. But I think sometimes we don't talk enough about the cultural impact that these kids have on us and the high school students that are benefiting from this, but also the families, right? I think it's is that something you've experienced as well, that the cultural impact that's on you from and just learning about other perspectives and other cultures?
Absolutely. I mean, you're not supposed to sit there and talk politics with them every day, and we don't do that. Right. But it's just interesting when something will come on the news to hear their perspective and to share your perspective, and so we have had very nice conversations with all of the exchange students that we've had in our homes. But, kind of to follow up on that, what you've said about their influence on other people in the community. I love to see at the end of the year, my sister and my mom have a big pool in their backyard. So we have a big pool party at the end of the year. Last year, there must have been 40 or 50 kids from Frankfort High and Western Hills who came to say goodbye to our exchange students. And that is, I think, the best reason to do this for Frankfort, is the kids in Frankfort, our kids who are now have made friends with these kids who will be, people that they will remember, and may, with all the technology these days, they'll stay in touch with them for the rest of their lives.
Oh yeah. And I can personally speak to that. Like, foreign exchange is very near and dear to my heart, because when I was a freshman in high school, my parents had an exchange student. His name's Pablo. He was from Mexico, and it was 22 years ago now. And just back in 2018, I went to his wedding. And then back in 2022, he came to mine. But we've always kept in contact since then, and it was a really special friendship. And we had other exchange students from Germany as well stay with us afterwards. But the perspective as an only child, the perspective it had that it gave me as what it would be like to have a sibling, but also to have a sibling and this close relationship with somebody from a different culture as well was just, I don't know. It was just a profound impact on me throughout my life. And I can speak to the other people that I went to high school with. They had such an amazing experience with the folks that and these kids who came over from another country. And I'll ask you guys too. We'll try to be a little lighter now, because it is a really special and important program. But David, what has been sort of your overall favorite thing about high school so far in America?
All the different ways that the school tries to interpret, like, the students to do stuff.
Yeah.
With people, sports, band, clubs, everything.
Like lots of different extracurricular activities and after school programs, stuff like that. Yeah. Stella, what about you?
Yes, I think the school too, because you can choose the subject that you want to do, and then there is a lot of activity that you can do after school. So yes, you can find what do you like. It's more easy. Okay.
Well, I appreciate you all for hanging out and being here and sharing your stories with us today and talking about foreign exchange. People can go to efexchangeyear.org. Is that right?
That sounds right. And, honestly...
we had a QR code as well.
Okay, yes. And the easiest way would be to find me on Facebook.
Okay.
Natalie Lile, Lile. Find me on Facebook. Send me a message. And if you're interested... And again... I tell everybody, I'm Southern. I'm not going to bug you to death. I'm not going to hard sell you. I'm just going to answer your questions.
Yep.
And, if you have a question, I'd be glad to answer it. I am excited about this program. I think it's a great program, and I want people to be involved. We have lots of kids who are still waiting for host families, and I want them all to come to my house, and I can't bring them all to my house, and so I want to find good homes for them. Plus, I think Frankfort is the best place for a kid to come and do an exchange. I think we are a wonderful community.
I agree.
I think it's a just right size. My first ever exchange student came from Berlin, and he said, I love Frankfurt because it's not a big city.
Yeah.
It's not a big city. It's not New York. It's not even Cincinnati. It's not a big city. So that difference was a good cultural exchange for him. I think but you can be on a basketball team, a baseball team, a football team in any of our schools. You can play in the band or choir or be in a play in any of our schools. And so if these kids can come to Frankfurt, they can experience the typical high school experience.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The student that stayed with us, his name was Clemens. He was from Germany. My second year, my sophomore year, I think he was from, I think maybe Cologne, but he stepped right in and was a starting goalkeeper for our soccer team. Because he was 6'4", and he took up the whole goal. So he could pop in and do that. And he actually played handball for the German national team before he came as like a 16-year-old. But they can, these kids can kind of come in and like you guys have said, pick whatever experience you'd like, and if you're into music, you're into you want to learn more about farming, you can do that, and speech and everything else in sports as well. So what an incredible experience that I would champion for folks as well. But I thank you all for being here. We're gonna step aside, take a quick break. Before we let you guys go, do you want to answer the question of the day? How do you guys feel about peanut butter and jelly?
I like chunky peanut butter, but I like it on toasted bread.
Okay.
Without jelly.
Without jelly?
Yes.
So peanut butter.
Toasted bread.
On toasted bread. That's a good call. I do that. Do you ever put like bananas on it?
I don't.
That's a good try. What about you, David?
I've never had one.
Okay.
Never had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Okay. Well, we will rectify that at home. Okay.
Stella, what about you?
Me neither.
Okay.
I love peanut butter with banana.
Okay.
Peanut butter
Okay.
creamy.
Creamy? Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. But you've had peanut butter before, right?
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I like the peanut butter Snickers.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Good shout. Good shout. All right. Thank you all so much for being here today.